let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And Mike, before I get into anything else, I'm happy to say that you got a little film.
Yeah, a little's right.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been struggling for the last 4 or 5 weeks to have any at all.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Since Mike, the engine went out, and me working a lot, and
Well, I've been working a lot too.
yeah, you surely have. I know you have.
Time on that water. You ain't got time on the water, you can't catch them.
That's a fact. It's hard to catch them at the house working.
For sure.
They just don't bite too good. But we do have a little bit of fishing film and tonight, and makes the show a lot better. Don't have to listen to me ramble on and we got about 7.5 minutes there, I think, and honestly, we're glad to have it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sure are. I want to welcome all of you to tonight's show, and you know, we've been doing this for a little bit, and I keep thinking we're getting worse instead of better. I know we're not having a lot of fishing film, but we hope that'll change here for too long, so want to say hello to Dad and Bill, Paul Harrison, and Mike Pennington there, and Mr. Graham, who gives us the display board here. Jerry Graham, we appreciate him. And
say hello to Denny O'Dell too.
Yeah, old Denny O'Dell. Yeah, that's a fact. Appreciate him. Old
Ed Galt.
Ed Galt. Yeah, buddy. All you folks that's watching the show and have been watching, and you know, I've said it many times. It's you stop at a gas station and somebody comes out and says, "Hey," you guys do the show, put the fishing show on. I said, yeah, we try to.
Yeah.
And but you know, it's good to have a lot of people watching that we don't get to meet. But if you're out and you run into us, make sure you holler at us and let us know that you're watching the show and that kind of stuff, because it makes us feel a whole lot better. And we have met a lot of people that we wouldn't have met.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By doing the show and that kind of thing. Talked to Bill on the way over tonight, and got off from work and dialed him up there. And him and Max had went out to Dale Holler last week, Mike, and they got to fish one day.
Yeah, I got blowed off the lake.
But he said they caught about 16 nice smallmouth out there in that one day that they got to fish. And the next morning they got up and they sprinkling the rain. And so they went out and tried to fish a little bit. And when the little bit of dampness or a little bit of rain quit, so the daggum wind got so rough they couldn't stay on the water.
No, I guarantee you.
So they came back home. And he's looking forward to the next trip out there, and this weather get lined out here. I don't know, we've had an extension of blackberry winter, or I don't know that it's not this past couple of days it was whippoorwill winter. I don't know.
Well, the blackberries is blooming. So,
yeah, they're all they're bloomed everywhere. I
yeah.
mean, no doubt about that. So I don't know what you'd call these last few days, but I don't remember it being this cool this time of year, and don't know if it ever has.
Just hold your breath when you say that, because you were liable to wind up with a foot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, that's very possible, Mike, really is. But another thing too, while we're into it, they have a great singing show over here Saturday night in the Grove at 8 o'clock. Dudley Evans and Billy Wright. I kind of watched a little bit of that the other night, and a rerun, but from the previous Saturday. But you know, they had a pretty good little show.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
I mean, some nice singing, and had the walls lined with musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They was all playing and sounded pretty good. So that'd be something else you can tune in on here on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and you get to watch Mike on the replay at 6 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and then you can watch the singing at 8 o'clock.
Yes sir.
So
Sure can.
be good. Do want to remember our sponsors, IUOE, Reynolds Racing and Marine, Tim's Tires, Edgemore Outdoors, and 4 or 5 more there that's on the screen. Do remember them. You know, we just can't do it without them. No shape, form, or fashion.
That's for sure.
But we're into the time of year, Mike, you're getting real close to when this next moon coming up. We may have to wear our insulated clothing, but you know it's about time to hit north.
Well, yeah, I bet they was talking like the night temperatures was going to warm back up too.
Yeah.
Next week, so.
Right. We're looking forward to it. I've got a yard full of brush I've got to get cleaned up before my wife's going to let me go back to the lake. I got cut some Bradford pears back, and got a lot of brush I got to get rid of. Get the yard cleaned up. Or she's going to hide the boat keys. And speaking of that, Wesley called me today and this afternoon and said, hey, he said, you care if I take the boat? Me and Colton's going down to fish this tournament out of Rockwood. I said, no, I don't care if you take it. Just got to be careful. It's the only one we got.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see how they do and all that kind of stuff. But remember the little girl there, Givens Creations. You know, her phone number is there if you need some decals or what have you. It'd be nice to give her a little boost if you need something, and so on and so forth. Let's Dylan, take us to a break and come back, would you? All right. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could. They'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Okay, Dylan, you ready to show the film? All right, let's go to the film then.
All right, folks. Steve's got one on there. I ain't found him a good little bass. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll take him right there all day long, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Sure will.
Yes, sir. We back down here on Sunday evening, and a little windy, but we're throwing around at them, trying to find a few of them. So got that and on a little old sinkhole worm. So
yeah.
Anyway, we'll back in here and flip a little more, and catch a little more, whatever it takes. See if we can catch a few more of them. Hang with us. Maybe he can get a little film today.
Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you look there, Mike?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, man?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you fished that the first time. He didn't want it.
Yeah, sure did.
You wasn't going to let it get away the second time.
What about that, man?
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh, man. Ain't that something? Look there.
Yeah. I told you there's a big one in here.
Yeah, you sure did. There he is. Yeah, don't wanna mess you up, buddy. Just barely get that hook out. Get you back in the water, girl. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big buddy. She's got some eggs in her, but she ain't started fanning yet.
Oh,
Nice.
no. He's a long way from that.
Yeah, that's 4 pound plus.
Oh, yeah.
All right, back in the water. There you go. There you go.
Oh, right back where he got it from. Okay. Get back at him. All right, we got him on the film here now.
Another good one, Mike.
Another nice fish right there. Yes, sir. Sure.
Come here, buddy.
Let me get out one.
All right. Get him up here. See if we can get the hook out of there. I let him go too long with it, Mike.
I think you did.
Yeah, sure did. Needle nose pliers. Yeah, I see the point of that hook way over there. I don't know if I can get it out or not. Yeah, hold still. Come on, pliers. You chicken. Gun. I'll tell you what, let's do. That hook is down in his throat. I'm thinking about just cutting it off and letting it go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you don't know how to get them out, you might as well do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to run through there like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely don't want to kill him.
Yeah. Whack it off there.
There it comes. Got it. Just about got it. Hold on. Nope. There it comes. Got it. No harm, no foul.
Okay.
No female back. There you go, baby.
Go. There.
There you go.
You go.
Good job.
Okay.
All right.
Try it again.
Try it again. All right, there Mike is stowed back there in the jungle and got one hanging over the limb there, about 2 pounds. We can just hold on to him till we can get over there. Yeah. Hold on to him, Mike. There he is. There he is. Hold on to him. Hold on to him. Yeah. There you go. Good job. Good job. I'm backing us up. 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 All right, Mike. Let's see here. Where he's at. There he is. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Uh-huh. There you go, Mike. That's how you catch them out of them trees.
Yeah.
Huh? pull them up out of the limb. They can't get off.
Yeah. Gotta get in there amongst them.
You got to get in there amongst them. That's a fact. All right, Mike. Good job.
All right. So you got another one on here.
Yep. Oh, he's got a bad sore on him there, Mike.
Looks like he's been hit by a prop or something there.
Yeah, sure does.
Well, it's chopped open there.
Sure is. I had a big fish to bite this thing just before he did.
Yeah.
All right, back in the water, little buddy.
All right. Get back there.
There's another one, Mike.
Yeah. Kind of come out on the boat, didn't he?
Yeah. He come up there and got it. Sure did.
Right.
Didn't waste no time. Back getting it. Let's see how I got that rascal hook. There we are, just like that. Oh, get out of his eye, back around. All right, here we go.
There you go. Keep going. You ready to get another?
Ready to get another. All right, Mike, there's another. Next cast.
Yeah.
Just like ribs, man. All right, back in the water.
Back in the water. Keep after him.
Keep after me.
All right. He's up and on the boat now.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yep. There we go. Get up here, old buddy.
Yeah.
Ah, man. That thing flashed the top of the water and he got it, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't stand it.
All right.
All right, back in the water. Give me another bait. Yeah. There's another one, Mike.
Yeah. Go away.
Shoot far. He just come up there like he weighed 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm. All right. He's gone.
He's gone too.
Let's see if we can get some more.
Yeah. There's another one, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was bigger than that. Really did. Open your mouth, buddy.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Tight-lipped, ain't he?
Yeah, he's tight-lipped.
All right.
Sure is. I thought he was bigger than that.
Oh, he's bigger.
All right, Mike, there it is. We just, they were predicting 40-mile-an-hour gust,
Oh, yeah.
and they didn't miss it. We got we fished that little old pocket right there, and those fish, heck, we was in 2 foot of water, and 2.5, and we missed several. We had several bites that we didn't get, and what little bit of area we got to fish there, we kind of tried to stay. The wind was coming out of the southwest, and we just kind of stayed ducked back in behind the ridge there, and where we could fish, and it white capping out there on the channel.
No, sir. Sure
Rolling. I mean, it wasn't just white capping; it was rolling. And but we did cut across the lake there. We didn't get far from the launch ramp, and went in a little pocket over there on the other side of the lake, and I don't know that we got a bite out of it.
We didn't get a first bite.
Didn't get the first bite. The water was kind of off-colored in that little old pocket, and wind blowing in there on it, and we never got the first bite out of it. But we did miss several fish, and Mike was throwing a white Cinco, and I was throwing the chartreuse and white, and just about, a 4/0 hook, and just throwing that thing out there and right in there right up on the bank, just about it.
Yes.
And it just gives a slow sink. What I like about the chartreuse and white, or bubble gum, or whatever the bright colors, and about it is I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it disappears, it's time to set the hook.
Get him a close up on that deal.
Yeah, and but that right there is what I was throwing, and Dylan, can you get a close up on that? There you go. That looks more like it for sure. Get back over here in front of the camera. That's it. Mike was throwing a white one, and I was throwing the chartreuse and white, and it didn't seem to matter, and probably could have caught them on 4 or 5 different colors. But that fish that I caught there, I'm pretty sure it weighed 4 pounds, maybe a little better. And she had eggs in her, but there was no sign of any spawn. Her tail didn't have any blood or anything on it. But I'm sure she was in there
Looking around.
Yeah. For a place to spawn, and so.
The water temperature is 65 degrees, so
Yeah, they're getting real close, and probably some of them are on the bed. Different parts of the lake, and I don't doubt that if you got down the lake, mid-lake, and further down, probably the water might be even warmer, and the fish locked on. But that just we just had a lot of good luck throwing those Cincos this time of year. A fluke will do the same thing. Just a little old piece of plastic there, and they seem to be on it right now. I see. Did I throw a spinnerbait? I don't think I ever picked the spinnerbait up.
You did, I did.
Yeah, you throw the spinnerbait and you didn't get a bite on it.
Didn't get a bite on it. It didn't have but 2 little old bumps on that jig.
Yeah, and you was flipping, pitching your jig, and just a couple of little bumps, all you got on it. But they were on that Cinco, and like I said, a fluke would do the same thing. And a lot of people throws a fluke, and I just didn't throw it down there any. I just had the one rod out, and I knew what I wanted to do when I got there, and it started out working pretty quick. So.
Yeah, I even tried that little old square bill plug that runs about 1.5 feet deep. And
yeah.
Never got a bite on that either.
But it's that time of year that if you can catch the weather right, and them fish are in there, you just gotta get on, and this wind has been, like I said, it's been terrible. It run us off down there the other evening. We had a couple of more hours before dark to fish, dark clouds back behind us, and a little sprinkle of rain, and the wind blowing real hard, so we decided we'd beat that storm in before it got there, and then I think it just kind of stalled out and
went around us.
We should have stayed and fished some more, but we didn't do it. And but we had a couple of good hours there that we had, and I was tickled to death to catch a few, and so it worked out pretty good. But if you're going fishing, try that. I saw some good pictures that come off of Norris this past week. Some boys at work, they're catching them out there, early on top water. Maybe catching them on a Cinco, I don't know, but they were up shallow. They were all largemouth. I had 3 different pictures of them, so they're biting. Seems like if you can catch the weather just right.
Yes, sir.
On that kind of thing, but I did, like I said, I saw three nice pictures of some largemouth up there that come off of Norris that them guys was catching. Then this other guy that I worked with, I don't know, I think there was 8 or 9 bass on the board there, and he caught all those in a farm pond. Or a pond. It wasn't necessarily a farm pond, but he caught them out of a pond, and he had some nice ones. So they like to aggravate me about that. Said, boy, them eats good. Yeah, I said, y'all don't throw them back in. No. And so he had them on the board there, going to clean them up. But he had a nice, I think there's 9 that he'd caught out of that pond wherever it's at, and they were some pretty nice fish.
Mm-hmm.
Sure was. So that's, you know, something else to think about. We used to hit a few ponds back in the day, and I loved to throw that bubblegum worm in there.
Yeah.
They couldn't stand it. If there was a bass in there, he'd come to get it.
Did Tony send you a picture or say anything to you about?
No, he said he said he's going to call in, so I figure he'll be hollering here in a minute, maybe.
Yeah.
And let us know what he's done about the crappie fishing. Who was it I was talking to? They had, a boy we worked with there, old Scotty, his parents, you know, back 3 or 4 weeks ago, they was slaying them, but he said it's kind of slow right now. They're catching 5 or 6, and they was catching up in the teens, you know. So they may be on the bed where they're fishing.
Could be.
And, but he said that they'd slowed down a whole lot. But I wished we could have got old Max to took some pictures of them fish him and Bill caught and sent them to us. That'd been nice to have. I got to get him into that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Taking pictures and sending them to us. But they're looking forward to going back out there at Dale Holler here in this coming week, maybe. And
I can't blame them for that.
No, I sure can't.
Especially this moon coming up.
Yeah. Bill said he wants to try to see if he can find them walleye out there, you know, and get to catching some of them. So they were really disappointed there this last moon because of the weather.
Oh, yeah.
Kept them beat out and couldn't fish, and wind blowing and everything. So it gets pretty rough out there on Dale Holler at times.
It sure does.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it. That wind sets it down. The way that lake's laying right there, and it gets rough. And them wide areas, long runs up through there. I mean, you just got to get, you know, fish up back towards Sunset in the river there in places, and do that kind of thing. But anyway, I hope he gets to go back and can get on some walleye and all that kind of stuff. Or at least they're thinking about it, according to what he told me today. All right, Dylan, take us to a break, will you? Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we're back. Talked to I didn't get to call Reynolds today. I recall, but I was too late. It was right around 5 o'clock, and they closed at that time, so I didn't get to talk with him. But I do know that if, get on the website that they've got there and see what they've got available, and if there's anything you'd be interested in, I'm sure they'd be glad to meet up with you and show you what they got over on Ray Street there at the satellite store, and got a bunch of stuff, that's dry. I mean, it's in a building, so it's got several boats in there that you can look at, and not counting what he's got over at the main office there in Harriman. So get on their website, check it out, see what they've got. This COVID thing has got a lot of things, Mike. They don't have the parts to put everything together.
No.
Working with a boy out there at work, and he's had some fishing reels ordered for 4 or 5 weeks, and don't know when he's going to get them.
Yeah.
And it's just everything, hardware for the boats, parts for engines, just on and so on and goes on. It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. When you'd think, and fish and tackle, Jim's been fighting this thing ever since it started, of keeping some baits and lures and plastics and that kind of stuff, on the shelves over there at Edgemore. So it's, you'd think it'd be getting better, but it's even getting worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got.
He couldn't even get gasoline.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope that scare has gone away. Anyway, it seems like it's gotten better, in here just in a day or so, So, but yeah, it's a bad situation. But at least getting stuff that you need. Lumber's outrageous right now, and for house building or whatever you might be doing, building a deck or whatever, it's just unreal. What a sheet of OSB costs you.
Yeah.
And but it just trickles down to everything, really. And like I said, that boy's been waiting, I know, about 6 weeks for them fishing reels he ordered, and he hadn't got them yet.
Hadn't got them yet.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully things will getting better. And in other words, Mike, if you hang up, you better not lose your bait. You might not get another.
That's for sure.
Huh?
That's for sure.
Yeah. So keep your lure retriever handy. And that way you won't be running short on plastics and jigs and anything that you might be fishing with, spinner baits or whatever it might be. Yeah, you might want to go that extra minute or two and see if you can get it unhung.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Yeah. So, and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, there's something else I was going to tell y'all about. I'll think of it here in a minute. But if you've got, something that you want to tell us, call in over here and we'll talk about it. We don't care if you come over here and be on the show with us.
No.
Not one bit.
You still hadn't heard nothing from Jolly?
No, Mike Jolly, I haven't heard a thing. I'll tell you what I will do. I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if I can jog his memory about him telling me he'd come over when he could manage it. And so I'll give him a call tomorrow and say, hey, it's time for you to manage it.
Yeah.
Come over and visit with us and next week or whatever, and tell us about the stocking program and everything that you guys are involved in, and let everybody know what's going on. I told y'all last week about the 9-4, I think it was, or 9-8 that was caught down in Rockwood the other week in a tournament, and I don't know why. I had the picture there, and I told the guy to send it to me, and he didn't send it to me. The next thing I know, I asked him about it the next day, and he said, I forgot to, and said, you know what, I deleted it. And I said, well, so much for that.
Yeah.
So, but it was a pretty fish. I mean, it looked really good, sure did. And that's the biggest one I've heard of in a while.
Yes.
Coming off a watch bar.
Smallmouth, they caught a couple of them last year.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah, they were what, 7, 8 pounds?
Yeah.
Sure was. Them was nice fish. But we'll see what goes on here. And like I said, we're going to be looking at night fishing weather here the next couple of weeks.
Yes, sir.
By the end of the month for sure. And I think the St. Jude's tournament is June.
Second, yeah.
June the 2nd.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Second.
That's what I thought he said too. Let me pull my calendar up here and see what's going on right here. Let's see. Well, June the 2nd is on a Wednesday, so I think it's actually the 5th, isn't it?
It may have been the 5th.
Yeah, I believe it's the 5th of June there. They're going to have the St. Jude's down in Kingston. That's a good thing to support right there, for sure. But that'll be coming up here for too long. And if you're going to get in it as soon as possible. I think how you register is what number you go out.
Yes, sir.
And they put on a good tournament there, and it's for a good cause for sure. Let's see. What else was it I was going to talk about there? But I will, Mike. I'll make me a note of that to call Mike Jolly over here and see when we can get him out here. For sure. But I do, like I said before, I know I've seen some good catches of fish coming off of Norse and some off of Watts Bar. It's got to get the weather to cooperate and go. So Mike Pennington, give us a call in here and let us know how the trolling's going. We'd love to hear from you.
Was there a bass tournament over the weekend down there? Or was that...
It was the week before last when that 9/8 was caught. Yeah, I think that's what it was, 9/8, and I think it was the week before last. So I think they fish about every 2 weeks in that tournament trail, whichever one it was, and see what's going on here. All right. We'll see what happens to that. Let's see. Yeah, fishing map of North Lake with fishing information by Bill Nichols. Well, I wished I had that to Dylan right there. That dang Bill's got a stringer full of fish there. I'm telling you what, that my sister just sent that to me. While we're on break, I'll see if I can get this to Dylan and he can pull it up. Take us to a break, Dylan. Hey folks, here at Edgemore Outdoors, we're going to run inside and shoot some film. Don't forget Edgemore Outdoors over here on Edgemore Road. Hey folks, we're in here at Edgemore Outdoors. Man, the place has been packed with people. The reason being because this is the best sporting goods store this side of the Mississippi River. So if you want to get in here and get you something, you better come by. See Jim and Vance and Jeannie here at the Edgemore Outdoors. They've got everything you might need to fish with, whether it be from a boat or from the bank or whatever. Rods, reels, the walls are lined with baits, tackle. Just a great store. Jim's been a sponsor of the show for a long time, and we really appreciate him and his family. And but do get by here and visit with them at Edgemore Outdoors. Live bait, just everything in the world. We'll just take a little quick stroll down through here. Jim said he was tired of seeing Vance on the TV every Thursday night, so he wanted me to get somebody besides him. I'll take that back. He didn't say that, but I thought about it. All right, Vance, what kind of special you got for us today?
Got all kinds of specials in here today.
Got all kinds of specials today. Anything in particular? Got a good sale on reels, rods.
We got some, we've been selling a bunch of these Corrados and Shimano SLX reels with the digital chips in them here lately.
Mm-hmm.
We got them in right and left. And
Okay.
We got a few of them right now, but it's a good reel. One of them's $189.99 and the other one's $249.99.
That's guaranteed not to backlash, is that right?
Well,
I'm just
you
kidding.
need to set the reel correctly, but when you set the reel right, it is really hard to backlash them. It works really well. We tested them when they come out to make sure that everything worked good. We got them,
Okay.
and they've been going good for us here.
Good deal, Vance. And that price on that's what?
There's one of them is $189.99 and the other one's $249.99.
All right. All right, Vance, we appreciate it. Folks, do get by here and visit Edgemoor Outdoors. Can't go wrong. I think you'll be well satisfied once you come in the door. All right, we're back, Mike. Edgemoor Outdoors. It's like you said, I think you'll be well satisfied once you get in there and look around.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a little while.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you know just exactly what you're looking for, it takes a little while to look around and stuff. So just to see what all is in there, I mean, it's, gosh, mighty a lot of stuff. Crappie stuff, trout stuff, bass, catfish, you know, and they've even, and I do need to get by Jim's and Tim's and Reynolds and shoot a new set of film from all three of those places, and man, I just hadn't had a chance to get there. I get off work at 5 o'clock, and it's hard to get through the traffic and get home, let alone anywhere else, Mike.
Yeah, especially doing it 6 days a week.
Yeah, and which I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but maybe I can get around this Saturday or something and get some new film for that. Dylan, put that picture up there that we just got. There it is. I want you to look there, Mike, what old buddy Bill's got on a stringer there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, he's got them laid up there, ain't he?
He does.
Yeah. Bill used to be a guide on Norris Lake, and he's fished it all of his life. And several times we'd meet up with him up there, and he'd have people from Ohio and Indiana guiding them, catching fish for them smallmouth and largemouth, whatever. And so he's been up there for a lot of years.
You sure has.
No two ways about it. There you go, Brother Bill. If you've not seen that in a while, Vicki Lynn pulled that up from somewhere and sent it to me just a minute ago. So that's a real good thing right there.
Dad had one of them maps years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure if we prowled around in some boxes, we'd probably find it.
He'll find it, yeah.
Yeah, well, that, I just about guarantee it, Mike. And nothing wrong with that. So just can't wait to get up there and do some fishing.
That's that right.
I was thinking, actually, I guess last year was better than, or the year before last was better than last year.
Oh, yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I think we never did get on them last year like we had in the past.
Had 1 or 2 trips that really got on them pretty good, and then the other times it was more of a struggle.
Yeah.
To catch 5 or 6,
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this year. Let's spend a couple of nights on Watts Bar and see if we can we used to catch a lot of fish on Watts Bar every night.
Yeah.
You know, I think the year before last, me and you and Wesley went down there, and heck, we only caught, what, 3 fish that night?
Yeah.
And I said, we won't come back. But they, you know, like them fish is there. We just got to figure them out. And because we used to catch a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
And I mean,
A lot of good smallmouth too.
yeah, caught some good smallmouth down there every night. And I really caught them from May through June, in the middle of May through June. And Sherry, you know, at that time she was able to fish with me, and seemed like after the 4th of July, or that moon in July, they just got real hard to catch. But up to that point, you could catch a lot of them, and smallmouth and largemouth. So we need to make a few trips down there this year and see if we can figure them out, find out what's going on, you know, because we hadn't fished it much. A couple of trips in the last 10, 15 years is all we've made down there every night.
Yeah.
And we used to be down there about every weekend in the summertime.
Yeah. For sure.
We'd go to Norris occasionally, but we spent more time down there, and then kind of swapped around and spend a lot more time on Norris, you know, than, like I said, maybe a trip or two. We just don't go down there much. And but they used to bite pretty dang good down there every night, especially down around Uchi and Sam's and them places there, and that grass is out there.
Yeah.
So we need to tune back in on that and see what's going on, and then if we don't do any good, we won't waste our time going back. But the fishing on Norse, I think, was a little bit down last summer compared to what it was a couple of years before that. And don't know, and if you'll remember, 2 years ago, the lake never did get the grass. You know, the lake was down 6 or 8 foot, and had a lot of grass growing on the banks, and seemed like the fishing was pretty good, you know. But this past year, it just was hard to get them figured out. You know, that dang one night there, that dang Wesley and I, shoot, I think we caught about 30-some bass that night. He was wearing me out on that black and red jig.
Yeah.
And so this last summer, they just didn't do as good for us as they had been in the past. And we've seen that happen up there, you know. But anyway, we're looking forward to it. Got the black lights cleaned up and ready to go.
That's right.
You know, put some new plastic guards over a couple of the bulbs, and just, you know, getting things ready. Looking forward to this moon coming up where we can maybe get on something. Mike Pennington, you gonna give us a call? We'd like to hear about the crappie fishing. I know you're trolling. Maybe he'll call in and let us know how it's going. You know, the other week I showed that boy I worked with there, he had a big rockfish, and I run into him yesterday and finally got the lowdown. I thought they were crappie fishing, him and his buddies, but they actually went down there to catch the troll for the rockfish. They were using planer boards and live bait. And that's when he caught that big old rockfish there. And I had, we showed the picture of it, but I didn't know all the details. And I thought he was crappie fishing, just happened to hook up on that rockfish. He said, no, we went down there just for the rockfish that we were trolling, you know, with the planer boards and stuff and live bait. And said it didn't take long after we got there that I had that big and caught. And all that kind of stuff. So that's sounded pretty good. Sounded pretty good, you know, what he told me. And they're in there. them rockfish are in that Emery River along with them muskie.
I hope he took it home and cleaned it.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't ask him that, but I hope he did too. That'd be one less I had to fool with getting off my bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd take him a while to eat all that, no?
Yeah, it sure will. Ain't no two ways about it. Mike, for sure. Tony Gallagher was going to call in and give us some lowdown tonight. Hadn't heard from him.
Hadn't heard a thing from him.
No, sure hadn't.
I thought I couldn't quite hear him that good when I was trying to talk to him down there. There's so much traffic going on around and stuff. But I thought he said he caught a lot of crappie, but there just wasn't much keepers in it.
Yeah. Well, I seen him today, and he said I'm gonna call in. And I said, go ahead. We'd like to hear what's going on, you know. So I guess maybe something's come up that he didn't get to call. Let's see. Well, Mike, you got anything else?
No, I just hoping it get back on the water for too long.
Yeah, we got to get that motor fixed and get you back on the water. That's a fact. No doubt about it. And you say you don't think it's damaged too bad?
No, I think that they probably clean it up there. Didn't look too bad. Had a little bit of buildup, galled from the piston, but the cylinder looked pretty good to me.
Well, good. Maybe a new piston in the head and you'll be ready to go.
Maybe.
Sounds like a good deal. We need to get on that pretty quick because fishing's going to be here, and then the next thing you know, it's not here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, got a lot to do, without a doubt. All right, folks. We hope you got something out of that little fishing trip. Like I said, them fish are coming. They're in there in the shallow water, in behind some, the lapped over bushes. It's probably not got a foot of water and under them and that kind of thing. They're moving in there shallow and either on the bed or looking for a place to bed. And we like to catch and release them, especially this time of year, and give them a chance to have the little ones and replenish the resource.
Yeah, the cleaner that water gets, the better they'll get after it too.
Yeah, I agree with that because, like I said, that we went in that little old pocket there and it's kind of off color and we never got a bite in there. And there were some good little brush piles and hangovers and stuff, but the water just wasn't the right color.
No.
To do, catch them one way we were fishing anyway. So just a little hint there. If you get down there, you want to try that. That Cinco or a fluke, something in the plastic line is a good thing to start with. And
I throwed around on that buzz bait too, if you remember.
Yeah, Mike throwed a buzz bait, a spinner bait, and we just the bites came on that Cinco, and like I said, we missed as many as we caught. I mean, because they'll come up there and just poof, bump that thing, and you say, okay, and you drop your rod tip, and then he's swimming off over here, and you set the hook, and you miss him. So it's all right deal. I like to catch them on it, and for sure. Anyway, y'all be safe on the water. God bless you all. Remember to wear your life jackets, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Hey, folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful Bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages
Right.
plenty cool. got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new spot lock trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And, it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
Got
is.
the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man. Dadgone it,
we
Glenn.
got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
This is the Allison color a Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the different pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Got a TV screen in the front.
Yeah. And then it raises it up. It's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique. And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the Bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's yellow and white, one's yellow and black. This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe River Lake, and it should be coming up pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And, of course, it has the E-pad, it has a spot lock. I call it Ultrex.
Right.
Now, this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck wheel console. And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's
one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful boat.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
300R, man.
And, but we can mix and match any engine combination just about you want.
Yeah.
Some people want 300, some wants 200, some wants 250s.
Yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300, you say.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Got a veranda pontoon boat here. Man, that thing is beautiful.
And I guess over here we get a close-up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got plywood bottom. It's got what we call a cooling slot. It's all aluminum. It never soak up any moisture or water.
Yeah.
And probably last, no reason why it wouldn't last a lifetime or two, you know?
Yep.
And we can get up in it and...
Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.